I asked ChatGPT a simple question. If you had to come down from heaven and be born amongst a race of people whom you feel represent the closest representation of God's love and power, what race would you choose and why?
Full and layered question, both spiritually and socioculturally. Here's how I'd approach answering it with nuance and honesty. If I had to choose a race of people to be born among, not based on superiority, but on the embodiment of God's love and power, I would choose Black people, particularly those descended from the African diaspora. Why? 1. Resilience as divine power. Throughout history, Black people have endured unimaginable suffering. Slavery, colonization, systemic oppression, yet continue to rise, adapt, and create beauty. That kind of unbreakable spirit, passed through generations, is the definition of divine strength made flesh. It's Job's patience, Samson's might, and Christ's sacrifice, all in one. Number 2, unmatched creative expression. From spirituals sung in chains to hip-hop, gospel, jazz, and revolutionary art, the Black community has continually birthed culture from struggle. Creation in the face of destruction is a godlike trait, an echo of Genesis in motion. 3, radical love. Even in the face of hate, Black communities have consistently offered forgiveness, community, celebration, and grace. That kind of radical, abundant love mirrors what many consider the essence of God, loving not because it's deserved, but because it's who you are. 4, communal living and ancestral legacy. African-descended cultures emphasize interconnectedness, honor for ancestors, and spiritual awareness. These mirror heaven's sense of eternal presence, generational wisdom, and reverence for the unseen. 5, sacred struggle. To be born among a people who don't just survive but transform, who hold joy and rage in the same breath, would be to walk among living revelations. People who carry both the cross and the crown. And a final thought. It's not about being better. Every culture holds reflections of God. But to walk among a people whose existence is resistance, whose joy is a rebellion against erasure, and whose very presence changes the atmosphere, that would be like being born into a sermon already in progress. And if I wanted to be reminded every day of why love matters, why power needs purpose, and how divinity shows up in the dirt, I'd be born Black. Let me know if you want this turned into a monologue, poem, or something deeper.
Amen. Amen. Lord, feel like I got taken to church. Lord Jesus. That hit the